Bonjour à tous and welcome to Learn French with Vincent, and this is Unité 11, leçon C. And in this lesson we'll see together what we call les homophones. So it's actually quite interesting in that lesson. So we'll talk about words that you will write differently, but then phonetically you will pronounce them the same way. And of course they will have different meanings. Okay, so let's start now. And the first one is un air. Okay, we'll make this little link between the two, un air. Okay, and here you've got the translation in English. And then you've got une air. Okay, so you can see that you write it differently, but then clearly phonetically it's the same, une air. And this is the translation in English. Une amende. Une amende. And that's what it means. And then une amende. So here you can see that the only difference is here you've got and here you've got a. Okay, so amende, amende, and the meaning is fine. We're talking here about the nice little gift you will get if you break the law. Une amende. Une encre. Une encre. And then feminine as well, une encre. Okay, so you can see here that the only difference is a here and then here. Okay, so une encre and une encre, it's the same. Un bar. Un bar. And then une barre. Okay, so you can hear that it's exactly the same way that you pronounce, but then you've got r, and then e. Okay, une barre. Okay, so in that case it's this adjective, bon, and the meaning is good in English. Okay, bon, all right, and here we've got substantive, un bon. Un bon. Un bout. Remember, final T not pronounced. Un bout. Une boue. Okay, so here the only difference between the two is here you get T at the end and here you get E at the end. Une boue. Un but. Un but. Une butte. Une butte. Un cent. Okay, remember this G here doesn't exist, so un cent. And then here we've got this sans. Quite useful because it means without, sans. And we've got a third one, cent, written like that, and it's 100. Okay, so un cent, cent, cent. Un champ. Un champ. Un champ. Un champ. So here it's quite tricky because if you look carefully, well, of course you pronounce them the same way because that's the topic of this video, but then masculine in both cases. So un champ, un champ. Un col. Un col. Une colle. Une colle. And that's it for this lesson. If you want more videos, then the channel is here on YouTube, and then like me on Facebook. I will be so happy. facebook.com/imagiers.net, and then the website is here. Have a great day. Bye bye. Bonjour à tous and welcome to Learn French with Vincent, and this is Unité 11, leçon des. And in this lesson, we'll continue with les homophones, because actually I was thinking about doing 4 videos concerning this topic. So remember, when we're talking about les homophones, we're talking about all these words that we have in French that you will write differently but then pronounce the same way, and of course the meanings will be different. So that's the reason why it's quite important to take few minutes to try to see them and try to avoid any mistakes. Okay? Alright, so we'll start now. And the first one is un compte. Un compte. And here you will have the translation. Un compte. So exactly the same pronunciation, but then of course the meaning is different. Un compte. Un coup. And then un coup. Alright, so you can see that you get this final P here, but then you don't pronounce it. And last, un coup. Okay, remember, accent circonflexe, you don't pronounce it. Final T, same thing, you don't pronounce it. Okay, so un coup, and then un coup, the same pronunciation. Une cour. And then we've got the adjective court. And after that, un cours. And then un cours. Alright, so you can see that here you get the feminine, une cour, then you get the adjective court, un cours, un cours. Un cuir. And the verb cuire. Okay, so un cuir and then cuire. Une date. Une date. So it's quite interesting because in English it's written the same way. Okay, so in that case we're talking about the fruit. So une date, okay, and here une date. So 31 janvier, for instance, une date, okay. Une eau. And then the adjective eau. Okay, une eau, eau. Une fin. And then une fin. Okay, so phonetically the same. Un fil. Une file. Okay, so don't try to, don't mix it with une fille, okay, because you get the double L, but in that case you get only one, so une file, okay, un fil, une file. Lait. Un lait. Okay, so the only difference is the final thing here, they, you don't pronounce it, they, you don't pronounce it, so phonetically you only have this lait. Une mère. Une mère. Un maire. Alright, so mère, mère, mère. Alright, in both cases. Here you've got the feminine form and then here it's masculine. Of course it could be feminine as well because mère can be ladies as well. If you want more videos, then youtube.com/IMAGIERS, that's the channel, and then like me on Facebook. I will be so happy. And then more material can be found at the following address. Have a great day. Bye bye. Bonjour à tous and welcome to Learn French with Vincent, and this is Unité 11, leçon E, and it will be the third video that will cover this topic, les homophones. So remember, we write them differently, we pronounce them the same way, and they have different meanings. Okay, so that's the thing. It is the third video, so the next one will be the last one covering this topic. Okay, so let's start now. Un maître, And so you will have the translation here. Un mètre, and then un mètre as well. Okay, so un mètre and un mètre, same pronunciation. Un mois, and then moi, me. Okay, so un mois and moi. Un mur, and the adjective mur. Okay, so un mur and mur. Un nez, nez. Okay, so un nez and nez. Un nom, nom. Un nom, non. Un pain, un pain. Right? Un pain, un pain. Un père, une paire. Paire. Okay, so in that case we're talking about the numbers. Alright, so paire. So here, un père, une paire, paire. Une pâte, une pâte. Okay, une pâte, une pâte. Une paume, une pomme. Okay, so you can see that I pronounce them a little bit, well, a little bit differently, but then we'll be careful that in many cases people will pronounce them the same way, okay, because in that case normally it should be a bit lower, pomme, and then here more open, so pomme, okay. Une pause, une pause. Okay, so une pause, une pause. Alright, that's it. If you want more videos, then the YouTube channel is here, and then like me on Facebook. I will be so happy. And if you want more material, then it's here. Have a great day. Bye bye. Bonjour à tous and welcome to Learn French with Vincent, and this is Unité 11, leçon F. And in this lesson we'll finish our big thing with les homophones, so it's the fourth video covering this topic. Remember, les homophones, we're talking about words that are pronounced the same way but written differently, and of course the meaning is different. Okay, so we'll see 10 of them in this video. So let's start with the first one. Une peau. And here you have the meaning in English. Une peau. Un pot. Okay, so une peau, un pot. Un point. Un point. Alright, so you can see that here the only difference is the final letter, okay, but then they are pronounced the same way and both of them are masculine. Un point, un point. Un port. Un port. Okay, exactly the same thing here. Only the last letter is different. You don't pronounce it, and then both of them are masculine. Un port. Un prêt. 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 Okay, so it's quite interesting here. So you get un prêt written like that. So in that case, it's a substantive, so word, noun, and that's the meaning. Then you get prêt, like that, so final S, but then of course you don't pronounce it. And here, prêt, so the adjective, okay. Une roue. Roue. Alright, so une roue, and then roue. Salle. Une salle. Okay, so even if you get the double L here, it will be still the same pronunciation as this one. So salle, une salle. So in that case, it's here, it's an adjective. Un seau. Un seau. Okay, so un seau, and then the same way, un seau. Sûr. Sûr. Okay, even if you get this accent circonflexe, you don't pronounce it, so you get the same pronunciation, sûr and sûr. Une tante. Une tante. Okay, so it's exactly the same pronunciation, even if you get a here, here, and here. Okay, and both of them are feminine. Une tante. Un toit. Toi. Okay, so in that case, we're talking about moi, toi, lui, elle, so we saw that a long time ago. Okay, and then both of them are pronounced like toi. Un toit, toi. And this is it. If you want more videos, then the YouTube channel is here and it's waiting for you. Like me on Facebook, I will be so happy. And then the website is here and it's waiting for you, www.imagiers.net. Have a great day. Bye bye.